Hi, the title of this presentation is called Continues to Find His Way. The reason for this is because the character shows small growth throughout the movie, from beginning to end. The movie that I watched was called The Soloist. It was about a character who was gifted with music, and his name was Nathaniel Ayers Jr. He got accepted into Juilliard, but later dropped out due to a developing disorder he had. That disorder was schizophrenia. This affects someone's ability to feel, think, or behave. And most of the movie took place in front of this building. It's called the Lamp Community Building. This area was a place for most homeless people. Most people lived outside, and the ones that lived inside were the ones with mental illnesses or disorders. And the reason this impacts Nathaniel's disorder was because he either had the choice of staying outside and possibly getting drugs from the people around him, or going inside and finding something to better himself, getting treatments. And to show that he did have schizophrenia, throughout the movie he had compulsive speech. Every time he would meet with Steve, call with Steve, he showed a rapid speech, and he would, for example, talk about ice cream and then at the end talk about oranges, which is two different things completely. And then another thing that showed was hallucinations. He would either have many flashbacks from his childhood to whenever he was at Juilliard, and seen nowadays in the movie, he has very many voices that overwhelm his head. And then a symptom that was rarely seen, but mainly seen once, was his behavior. There was one time he was about to perform in front of a small group of people, and the voices overwhelmed his head. Once a man touched his shoulder, he freaked out, threatened the guy, and once he realized where he was, he just ran away. And later on in the movie, Steve gave him some papers to sign, but read first. And so Steve left the room for a moment and then came back, and Nathaniel threw the papers at him. He told him, "I don't have schizophrenia. Why do you say I have schizophrenia?" This shows he did not like to be confronted about having schizophrenia. And in the movie, in the beginning, he did not like taking pills at all. He hated medications. And Steve, in the beginning, he was perceived as a god to Nathaniel. And then at the end, he shows that he's not a god. He's a friend, a companion. And another option for treatment could be talking, allowing Nathaniel to talk about his thoughts, to talk about the voices, and hopefully other things. And then getting someone to help him slowly develop what he can do. And in the movie, it does somewhat accurately perceive someone with schizophrenia that is untreated, because those compulsive speech and then hallucinations are two main things. And then it's weird for someone with untreated schizophrenia to be able to just sit down during a performance, not jittery or anything. But nowadays, it is normal, because someone with schizophrenia is able to have a family, have a household, have pets, just live a normal life. And a small percentage, just like Nathaniel, are still on the streets, but that number is lowering by the day. I hope you liked this presentation. Thank you.